In the world of private investigations and surveillance, what is the best day rule? Hi, this is Larry Kaye with ShadowAnyone.com. I've got the website, I got some training material. You can check it out if you like. What is the best day rule? When you're a private investigator and you're doing surveillance on someone for a workers' compensation case, you're hired to go out and do surveillance and capture images, video of that person in their normal daily routine, and that will be evaluated to see if the person really is as injured as they claim to be, or if they're doing things above and beyond. So typical restriction might be that this person is not able to lift over 20 pounds, but they need to do that at work. Or they're not able to lift their hands over their head, but that's one of the work requirements that they have. So you're hired, you go out and do surveillance. What happens if you catch them lifting a 25-pound bag of dog food? What happens if you find them out climbing a ladder, reaching up over their head to hang Christmas tree lights? That's some great surveillance video to get, and I'm sure that's the type of thing your client wants. But this is where that best day rule comes into effect. You don't want that person to be able to say, or their attorney to be able to say, you caught them on a good day. And if you've ever been injured, if you're getting older, if you're just a normal human being living life, you probably recognize that this happens to you as well, right? There are days when your knee is just killing you, depending on the weather. You can't walk very far, you have problems with it. And then there's other days that you wake up and you realize my knee doesn't hurt, and you're surprised by that. That would be considered a best day. And what you want to do is make sure you have enough surveillance, enough video, that just because you have a person doing something, one time or a few times on a given day, that you don't want them to be able to make the case that, no, I normally can't do that, you just caught me on my best day. So how do you avoid that argument? How do you do enough surveillance to counteract that? Well, really it comes down to either, if you're working for a detective agency, your boss and what they ask you to do, what they ask you to collect, or if you're working independently, you own your own detective agency, your client. So your client may say, I need 3 different days where they're going out and about. Or if you're working for a detective agency, they might say, we want 4 hours of surveillance, or we want 12 hours on 3 different days. They know what they need to present in order to avoid that best day argument. So if you bring them footage that is really great footage of this person going above and beyond what they claim they normally can do, they know and they understand we may need more footage than that even. So don't be frustrated by that. Heck, it's work. Take the work when you can get it. But it's also there to ensure fairness to the worker who's claiming the injury. And there's nothing wrong with that. Our job is to find out the truth. If the person's truly too injured to come back to work, that's what we're going to discover. If the person's faking it, that's what we're going to discover. We can't prejudge that. And it would be terribly wrong to prejudge that. Our job is to, in an impartial manner, collect the evidence that's out there. If you have any concerns about the evidence you're collecting, the video, the surveillance you're doing, and that you might run into this best day argument, be sure to talk to your employer or talk to your client. They're going to be able to help you and give you guidance on what exactly you need, what exactly they want and need to make their case as strong as possible. I keep forgetting to tell you this one last thing, and that's that I have a free report over at ShadowAnyone.com. It's titled, If You Want to Be a Private Investigator, Give Up Unless You Do These 3 Things. That report is free over on the homepage of ShadowAnyone.com. Please feel free to go grab it. I constantly forget to tell you about it, but it's there for you, and I would suggest you look at it. In the meantime, this is Larry Kaye with ShadowAnyone.com. Remember, do the right thing, even if it's the hard thing.